Blessed be all of my soul family, friends, and allies out there. My name is Nico, Son of Selene, and I thought I would add a special intro to this week's weekly tarot and astrology forecast. I actually already did that with the July monthly astrology, but once I got done with that, I was thinking somebody is going to ask, well, which is the sign I should be looking for when it comes to tarot? Because in that video, I break down what you should be watching when it comes to, say, sun, moon, rising, and what they're all about, and what they really affect, and even how sometimes they can come down to age groups depending on what you're looking at. But for tarot, it can actually be a lot different. And so I thought I would break that down in this particular video, but you might want to check out that intro as well at the beginning of the monthly astrology, because I also answer some other frequently asked questions there. But I don't really like to repeat myself. So sorry, you're just going to have to go watch your monthlies like you would anyway. Just to recap a little bit, when it comes to watching astrology, sun, moon, or rising, which is the most important? For myself and my style, which is Western Tropical Placidus style, I always recommend your rising sign, your ascendant, first and foremost, when it comes to astrology. When it comes to astrological readings, horoscopes, and things like that, that is where you want to be focusing the most, because when it comes to astrology and looking at the rising sign, that is the closest we get to the true measurement of your actual birth chart. Now, of course, when you're doing videos that are going to be viewed by thousands of people, there's no way to know when everyone's born, which is why there is no way in hell anyone could or should consider these personal readings. But what we do have is an opportunity to see how close we can get to what the layout of your birth chart might look like when you are working with your rising sign. Now, that doesn't mean that the sun sign and the moon sign are irrelevant. Absolutely not. There are lots of different reasons you want to check the sun and the moon as well. Even if you don't know your rising sign, your sun can still tell you what is going on with a lot of your environment, what's going on around you, in and about town. It might not necessarily strike as many personal chords, but is still good information to have. When it comes to the sun sign, it's especially relevant if you are under 30 years old. Before your first Saturn return, the sun is actually just as influential as your rising sign. One of the reasons I include the moon sign is because there are systems of astrology out there that put emphasis on the moon sign as priority number one. And for those who find my readings accurate and do work with that reckoning, I want them to know that they can. So watching your moon, if you are working with a system of astrology or follow a tradition of astrology that emphasizes the moon, absolutely, you can watch your moon sign. But the moon also becomes more relevant as we age. In fact, after our second Saturn return, the one that comes in our late 50s, the moon becomes just as relevant as the ascendant, right? So that's also something to keep in mind. The moon can also give a lot of insights as to what is going on in the non-material sense, with a lot of different exchanges that could be going on in our world. So if a person wants to watch all three, which that's totally awesome if you want to, just keep those things in mind and make sure that you don't get information overload. Now, when it comes to tarot and the cards themselves, this is where we get a bit different. And that is because, of course, there is no set system of tarot and how to read tarot. There are systems that are much more old school, and then there are systems that are very modern, new school, problematic. We all don't read the same way. I'm not a certified tarot reader. I'm just a natural born witch who's been doing this nearly all his life. Does that make me qualified? Anyway, sorry, I'm just getting into a place. When you are watching tarot, the sun is important because tarot is going to link to your sun sign first. That is because tarot is talking about, for the most part, what is going on around you in and about town. Now, when we're talking about looking at your rising sign or your moon sign for tarot, that again depends on the reader and how they are setting their deck. And you all know that before I do readings, I charge and prepare and, get my deck in order. For those of you who've ever gotten readings from me, after you ask me your question, I get really still and put all of that into the deck as well. So how I set my deck to work, and it does work, is to also incorporate the rising and the moon sign as second and tertiary stories that you should be paying attention to. So when you're watching my tarot videos, my recommendation is look at the sun as sort of like, this is what everything is, this is what is going on, this is the situation. And then when you look at your rising sign, this is sort of the layer beneath that can also tell us how something is coming about, what is making something happen, where that kind of thing is coming forth into being. And then the moon is kind of like the B plot, the side story that's also playing out beside it all, as well as what is going on with your innermost world as we are going through the week. That is what I would recommend when it comes to watching my readings. It can be a bit confusing, right? Because I do tarot and astrology in the same chunk. So, work with what you feel like you can actually handle and take on. But that is how I would recommend watching these videos. I would also like to remind people that when I do my readings, like I say, I am old school. And so that means for me, when I am doing these weekly readings or monthly readings or whatever, I am doing predictive forecasts, right? The dictionary definition, looking into the future, which means I'm not really trying to read or relate to what you might be going through in the present, and I'm certainly not trying to coach anyone through what they're going through in the present with these general forecasts. But I do understand that sometimes things can show up where incidentally something can relate. But if that does happen, then I would treat that as kind of, again, a synchronicity. I would treat that as an exception. But what I'm actually reading is a forecast for the future, a week in the future or a month in the future when it comes to these videos. And I also would like to remind people as well, as I did in the intro to the astrology and in another video I put out recently, tarot and astrology tell you what's going on so that you can engage it if you want to. You have to remember that these things are here as weather and traffic reports. Now, why do I call them that? Because the weather only means something, for the most part, if you're going out and engaging with that weather, because weather can change things, right? It can affect how gardens grow, it can affect traffic, it can affect all kinds of different things. So weather, is important, but it's more meaningful if you're going out and having to engage with the weather, and the weather is a factor in a life that you're living. The same thing goes with tarot and the traffic. If you're not doing something, if you're choosing not to engage, then it doesn't really matter what the tarot and the traffic say, right? Yeah, maybe the DoorDash will be late if traffic's bad, but that's it. If the cards or the astrology is saying there is an opportunity for a trip that, would really brighten up your social life or your professional life, you need to be getting more involved with your social life and your professional life. If you're looking for new love, but you're not putting yourself out there to meet nobody, chances are that fortune's probably just going to fly over your house. If you're looking to maybe make a transfer or a move or, take on a new job and it says it's there, you better be getting out there and looking and engaging, because that is what this work is here to serve. Get very passionate about this kind of thing. But that's all I had to say, and I hope that this helps you guys out. Please don't forget to check out your monthly astrology July videos, and let's just get down to business and see what's going on with your week. Hey there, all of my Aries, soul family, friends, and allies out there. It's time for your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder, your monthly astrological forecasts for July are up. So if you haven't seen those yet, you might want to give those a look over. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on when it comes to your week? Well, the middle to the second half of the week is where we see all of the action. And the 26th, 27th, and 28th, we've got some beautiful energy coming in from Mercury and Venus, currently occupying the sign Cancer, your fourth house of home, family, living situation, as well as home economy. Mercury is making a lovely trine to Saturn in Pisces. Venus is making a great aspect as well to Mars in Taurus, a lovely sextile. And so we've got this combined focus of getting down to business and affectionate exchanges. Now, when Mercury and Saturn come together, there is a big focus on fixes, on getting things set solid, especially things that have been chaotic. They've needed to be addressed, they've needed to be corrected, they've needed to be altered in their course, or if they've just been up in the air, they've been nebulous, they've made no sense or had no direction, giving them that direction and giving them that grounding. And Venus sextile to Mars is all about some very cool news on the money front, or possibly on the professional front, as Mars is in your second house of security and income and employment. And so there could actually be some very cool handoff or special favor or token of good fortune or setup going on in your favor in that regard as well. And then finally, on the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces in your 12th house of the past, private matters, old business, as well as hidden opportunities and secrets. And with Saturn turning retrograde on the 29th and for the next few months, we're all going to be enjoying some relaxation of restrictions. Now for you, because it's in the 12th house, this is going to be primarily focused on any kind of old business, old ties that bind, old burdens, old obligations, old commitments that might have either been imposed upon you or even created or co-created by you that you would like to undo, take back, or walk away from. You'll be able to do that with a lot less resistance during this period. And this is also a time where a lot of things can also just kind of fall away. So a little bit of both. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aries, here's your tarot with the traffic. So, for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, we've got the Empress reversed. And so this week, you may find yourself in a lot of situations where you're going to have to confront a lot of things that maybe you've let be or have been kind of tolerant of, or at least open with when it comes to problems that have just been sort of there. You're going to have to start taking things a little bit more seriously, because sometimes the Empress card reverse can show up where things that were minor headaches in the past are becoming bigger issues in the present, especially when it comes to things that we know are probably their own worst enemy, or by virtue of the fact that they exist at all, it's making life harder for that and those around them. This could be a person, this could be multiple people, or this just could be a circumstance or two. But with the Empress card reversed, we're going to need to be ready to take on a few situations like this at their cores, not just on their surfaces. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, money, practical affairs, you've got the Seven of Pentacles upright, and some really good news is going to be on the way here, especially when it comes to things getting lined up for a big win or a big step forward. This could indicate a job development, or maybe even some good financial news, or again, household news that is really setting you up for a better stride or a higher stride. However, one of the things about the Seven of Pentacles is that unfortunately we might have to wait another week or so before we can get down to business with whatever this is, because it's all coming together, it's all getting locked in, which is exactly what we want to hear, but it may be something that we are setting in stone for later, but it will be ours. For your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Three of Pentacles reversed. And the Three of Pentacles reversed can indicate some challenges that may come up this week around group activities. Now, this could be work team, this could be friend group, this could be social group, this could be a gathering, an event, or maybe something going on with family. But with the Three of Pentacles reversed, we see dissension. We are seeing people not really getting along, stepping on each other's toes, and also a lot of just lack of productivity. With this card, it's going to be crucial that some teamwork breakdowns go through some teamwork overhauls in order for whatever is going on here to be mended, fixed, or straighten up and fly right. Some of you, however, may find yourself in a position where you have to make some tough calls that are going to probably throw off a few people's impressions of you, but it might be worth it if we are to, again, straighten whatever this is out. When it comes to your challenge this week, you've got the Fool card reversed. And the Fool card reversed is all about new beginnings that might not be starting the right way, whether they are being blocked or they're just kind of maybe there's some missteps, some mistakes, or something happening too fast or too slow to do good by itself or for others. A lot of the times this can show up where we may need to look and see which one of those extremes we or something that we're working on is falling into. Is it starting too late? Are we needing to make up for lost time? Or are we going to need to hurry some things up? Or is it that something has just kind of come together, but it's not really being done methodically? It's not being taken care of in order for it to be set up for success. Sometimes the Fool card reverse can require us to go back to the drawing board on a few things to fix things up. And we also need to be careful, however, with the Fool card reverse, there may be some other mistakes or some tricky business to navigate as far as what the best start or the best foot forward is going to be once we do. And for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Star upright. The Star card is all about new directions. It's all about restoration, and it's all about good news coming in stages. And a lot of you Aries people are going to be finding that new romantic adventures, new love stories, or new relationship directions, new relationship roads are opening up. A lot of the times the Star card upright can show up because something that maybe we would have liked to have done once upon a time, but it was not possible, is now possible thanks to a cool turnaround going on either in our life or a partner's life, or this could even be the opening of a new road for a new kind of relationship or a new kind of relationship destination or dynamic we'd like to explore. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, there's an opportunity to make some really cool new connections that may need a little bit of time as well, kind of like that Seven of Pentacles, to start sinking in. We might be dealing with this one in stages as well. Baby steps to start if you decide to pursue something like this, but there will be, again, that opportunity. So that's your astrology and tarot, weather and traffic Aries. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Taurus soul family, friends, and allies out there. It's time for your weekly astrological and tarot forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder for all of you out there, your monthly astrology forecasts for July are up, so if you haven't seen them yet, might want to go check those out after you're done with your videos here. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Excuse me. So this week, astrologically speaking, it's all about the middle to second half. June 26th, 27th, and 28th. We've got two beautiful aspects taking the center stage, with Mercury and Venus both in your third house of communications, commitments, contracts, and collaborations, Cancer, forming very helpful connections to Saturn and Mars. And this is all about getting down to business and affectionate exchanges. When Mercury and Saturn start working together, it is all about getting things set in their best order and put on their best road, but also taken off roads that do not serve. And because this is happening in the third house, this could have to do with maybe an important project, a joint effort, something you're working with collaborators on, or even the amending of some kind of agreement, contract, or finally getting something organized that has been disordered for a while. Venus sextile to Mars is all about affectionate exchanges, and you may be finding some kind of special hookup, matchmaking opportunity, or connection or link being made by a friend or an ally is really going to be taking good care of you. Now, because Venus and Mars working together can kind of run the spectrum, this could be something that is affecting your personal life or your professional life, but it is a gift nonetheless. And finally, on the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces, in your 11th house of friendships, your support system, as well as anything relating to community in general. When we have Saturn turn retrograde, it's all about a relaxation of restrictions. And we're all going to be enjoying this for a good few months, starting on the 29th. Now for you, this is going to be eliminating a lot of issues that could be coming up in friendships and community, and providing you with opportunities to remove a lot of blocks to having the community set up that you want. Whether this is about getting away from things that are restricting your time or availability for people, if you're looking to get out, if you're looking to bring more recreation, fun, adventure into your life, or you are dealing with situations where maybe you've got to sort out some issues that could be coming up with a group, community, or some friend connections that you have. Saturn retrograde is here to help to get things to the best possible outcome. So that is what we've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful as far as the astrology is concerned. Let's move on and have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Taurus, here is your tarot traffic. For your big spiritual theme, your big focus of this week, we've got the Judgment card reversed, which is all about turning down. It's all about quits. It's all about cancellations. And this could actually be a really good week for a lot of you who have been maybe waiting for a good time or waiting for opportunities to relieve yourselves of anything that you are tired of carrying on, tired of carrying forward, tired of maybe sinking time, energy, or even spending money into. A lot of exits are going to be opening up in places that you would like to see exits. However, this can also be a week where a lot of plans kind of go through some alterations of their own. You're not the only one who's probably going to be making some quits, some cancellations, and whatnot either. So you might also need to be ready to think on your feet. There's going to be a lot of things changing kind of at a moment's notice, but take the outs, the exit strategies, and the opportunities for escape that are here for you if you want them. For your material concerns, work, job, finances, and practical affairs, you've got the Page of Pentacles reversed. So again, there is this focus on quits. There's this focus on drops. And a lot of you are getting a chance to get out of something that has held you under its thumb. Now, this could be a financial agreement. This could be a family or household arrangement. Or this could be something relating to work, an assignment, or a project. This can, however, also, though, indicate something getting dropped or maybe pushed aside or just deflated as far as a work or financial plan is concerned as well, especially when it comes to things that maybe were not set up on sound foundations. And so there could also be some disappointments here, but with the Page of Pentacles reversed, a lot of the times it's better it comes apart now than down the road. For your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And the Ace of Pentacles reversed is indicating there may be news of something going on with a friend or a relative, somebody that you know, that could be falling into kind of a hard place in life. This card is all about disappointments, but it can also show instability, even hasty decisions that are creating trouble for them or those around them. This could indicate a warning for some of you about something that's trying to get initiated by somebody that you know, that they might try to get you in on or push on you or whatever. That could be unsound in and of itself, or something that could go into a state of decline very quickly or fall through. So you're definitely going to be put on notice to avoid that, proceed with caution. But also be ready, there might be, again, some news of things not being all that great in another person's world. For your challenge this week, you've got the Ten of Pentacles upright. Now Ten of Cups, the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups upright is actually one of the ultimate cards of peace, happiness, contentment, and joy. This is not really a bad card. So to have this in the challenge position is kind of interesting, because it's basically saying, in spite of everything that we've talked about so far, you're actually going to have a really good week. Your biggest challenge with the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, when it shows up as a challenge, is to focus on your own. Your world is actually going through a lot of really good level ups when this card shows up, even as a challenge. It's a card of attainment. It's a card of perfection. But you may need to be better at looking after your own space, your own interests, your own concerns, and be more careful with what you get tangled up with them regarding other people's stories and what you introduce or keep an open door for with regards to your space and your own story. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Knight of Pentacles upright. And the Knight of Pentacles is indicating all kinds of good news around prosperity in relationships, especially in relationships where there may be some kind of material or financial goal that is an investment in that relationship. And so this could be something that you and a partner are going to be getting a chance to embark on or celebrate if something is coming in. The Knight of Pentacles is also indicating a very strong week for working on the friendship aspect of romantic relationships, which is of course crucial, right? We're not just coming in to play a role, right? The best relationships are also among people who are best friends, and we're working on that. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Knight of Pentacles is indicating an opportunity to meet somebody that is not just looking for love, but also somebody that would be also good for you in other respects of your life and you for them. And likely something, though, that would start from more of a friend-oriented territory that heats up over time. So that is what I've got for you as far as your astrology and your tarot for the week. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene. And if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Gemini soul family friends and allies out there. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder, your monthly astrological forecasts for July are up. So if you haven't seen those yet, you might want to give those a look over when you're done with your videos here. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to this week's astrology for you? It's all about the middle to the second half of the week, with June 26th, 27th, and 28th all being highlighted by these beautiful aspects started by Mercury and Venus in Cancer, in your second house of income, employment, and security. Mercury is making a lovely trine to Saturn in Pisces, and we also have Venus helping you out with a big old sextile to Mars in Taurus. Now, Mercury connecting with Saturn is all about getting down to business, especially when it comes to setting up and locking in plans, roads, agreements, and even assignments and projects that are going to do a lot of fixing work. And for you, this could be fixing a professional path, fixing a financial condition, or helping to make an alteration to a professional or financial course that you have been on for some time. And Venus, in that lovely sextile to Mars, is also indicating some kind of important gift, or maybe even some kind of special link up, joining of forces, financially, maybe even professionally, maybe all across the board, that is going to start small, but at the same time open a lot of doors for you and all involved. And so this could be a private meeting, this could be a gesture of goodwill being done for you, or an important conversation that gets a new ball rolling. And on the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces in that 10th house of career. And Saturn retrograde is all about a relaxation of restrictions. And we're all going to be enjoying this as we go through this next few months, starting on the 29th. With Saturn retrograde in the 10th house, you might find that a lot of norms, a lot of rules, a lot of regulations, red tape, paperwork, proprieties that have kind of run your field or run your office or run your professional world or your market are starting to change. They're starting to morph into something a lot more pliable, into something that you can work with in order to get ahead, especially if there are certain career or financial moves that you've been looking to make, but you've been limited by restrictions or rules and so on. With Saturn retrograde, again, the laws of the land are going to be reshaping in a much more friendly way. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Gemini, time for your weekly tarot traffic. Okay, looks like for your big spiritual theme, you've got the Death card upright. And so this is going to be a week where a lot of things that are due for an ending are going to be coming to an end. The Death card upright, I do want to remind those of you who are new to tarot, does not indicate physical death, but this is a time where a lot of turnovers and transitions are taking place. This week is going to have both a feel of an out with the old and in with the new, the turning over of a leaf. With the Death card upright, you may also find that it's not a surprise what is closing up or what is clearing out throughout the course of your goings on. The Death card never precipitates surprise endings, but really wrapping up things that we've probably seen were trending towards a transition for a long time. This can be a very liberating card. It can bring a lot of breaths of fresh air, but also pay attention. Substitutes to what's become an unhappy normal will also be in the offering. For your material concerns, work, job, finances, practical affairs, you've got the Queen of Cups reversed. And this week, it's all about looking at what is the drain, what is draining our finances. The Queen of Cups reversed often shows up where we need to take some very serious looks at things that tend to take more than they give. Now, this could be a person. This could be something going on at the office, right? This could be a client. This could be a coworker, a boss, or this could be an account. This could be a financial arrangement or something going on with a family or household matter. But with the Queen of Cups reversed, regardless of the situation, this could be a complicated drain to fix or eliminate because there may be some emotional threads or personal threads or whatever kind of ties that have kind of made it almost a part of the scenery. And it is going to need to be undone and unmade, but there could be a lot of extra on top of that complicates matters. But you can get through it if you're determined to. For your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Page of Cups upright. The Page of Cups is all about gifts. It's all about favors, tokens of love and affection. And a lot of you are going to be maybe receiving some special gifts or favors from friends, family, relatives, or even partners this week. A lot of the times the Page of Cups usually shows up when someone's doing us a solid just out of the goodness of their heart. It might not necessarily be a 100% selfless deed. Sometimes they might be asking for something in return, but you're definitely winning on the deal. The Page of Cups can also indicate some kind of generous act or maybe demonstration of love that also helps you to make for an important push in your life that you've not really been able to get going on your own. And again, this is coming from people who care. For your challenge this week, you've got the Lover's card reversed. The Lover's card reversed is all about bad commitments. It's all about bad contracts, bad deals, lose-lose arrangements, lose-lose attachments, and things that we need to be not only on the lookout for, but also unfastening from our lives if we have them. This can show up where possibly a bad deal, a bad contract, a bad agreement or commitment that is present is going to be, well, kicking it up a notch in terms of how much strife it's causing. And yet at the same time, this is also a week where we have a chance to cut it out of our lives. We also, however, need to be careful. Do not trust a lot of brand new things that are getting put on the table either. Be extra discerning because you don't want to be swapping out one bad thing for another if that's the case for you, but also be careful of new commitments or new contracts or deals that are getting pushed without a lot of thought, without a lot of transparency, clarity, or trust established. And finally, for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, we've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And the Eight of Pentacles reversed is indicating that there could be something that comes up where you and a partner may have to address some kind of setback or some kind of issue that could have maybe been made due to a misstep in the past, something that we may have made, done, agreed, or again, put time, energy, or money into that we shouldn't, or possibly something that is going on right now that is a sign that we've kind of come down a tough road. The good news is with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, we can always reverse, we can always rewind, we can always unmake after catching a bad mistake, but we've got to do it. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, this card can indicate something not quite right about the dating pool right now. The Eight of Pentacles reverse is indicating there could be a lot of duds this week. Not saying they all are. You might want to be careful, though. Do not skip steps when it comes to relationships or pursuing relationships if you're going out and looking right now. The Eight of Pentacles reverse can indicate some stumbles or maybe some misleading messages or misleading communications that need to be investigated before delving in deeper. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Cancer people out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. However, your July, monthly astrological forecasts are up, and that's what I was thinking about saying as I was almost saying it. So once you're done watching your videos here, might want to go give that a look over. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on when it comes to your week? All of the action is happening in the second half of this week, with June 26th, 27th, and 28th being lit up by Mercury and Venus in your sign, forming very happy connections to Saturn and Mars, respectively. Now, when we have this kind of double action kind of 72 hours, we're seeing these overlapping influences take hold as well. Now, Mercury trine to Saturn in Pisces is activating your ninth house and your sign at the same time, focusing on getting down to business. Getting down to business with Mercury and Saturn is indicating an opportunity to lock in some kind of big plan or big move, or even do some kind of big fix with regards to maybe a large matter, large contract, large commitment, or something that could be considered an official kind of proceeding, something relating to either your business life, or maybe a government or legal matter, or if you are looking to get down to business when it comes to locking in a travel or a move or promotional plan for yourself, this is also a great aspect. This is also going to be a time where Venus sextile to Mars and Taurus is bringing in a lot of affectionate exchanges. And you may find that a deal is getting sealed, or something is getting brought into your life or made real with the help of a friend or the help of an ally that is probably going to help set something in motion alongside that Mercury trine Saturn. And so if there's a road that's been closed, or you've been trying to make some kind of big jump or big move, this is a great 72 hours to get out and mingle and see who can help you out there. And finally, on the 29th, we've got Saturn retrograde in Pisces in your ninth house. This is the area that does talk about expansion, moves, growth, travel, as well as even long-distance connections and government and legal matters and big contracts, like we've kind of talked about already. Well, with Saturn turning retrograde here, we're seeing a relaxation of restrictions, and anything that has been maybe keeping you in a bubble, anything that has been keeping you stuck, or anything that has been keeping an aspect of your life kind of going in circles, we're starting to see a relaxation of those boundaries, of those barriers. This can also be a great time for a lot of you that have been looking to maybe chart a course for some kind of big project that you're looking to grow or promote, or maybe even just grow and promote yourself and your prominence in the world. And this is not just for the 29th, of course, it's for a good few months to come. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with the tarot and the traffic. All right, Cancer, let's have a look and see what your tarot traffic is. For your big spiritual theme or your big focus of this week, you've got the Four of Cups upright, which is kind of commanding and imploring that this week you pay a little bit of attention to things that you are actively not paying attention to. The Four of Cups can be a card of disappointment, boredom, dissatisfaction, but the reason those things might exist is because we might not be seeing opportunities that are not a part of our tunnel vision, so to speak. And I said it that way on purpose. With the Four of Cups, a lot of you could be getting a chance to get ahead because of some blessings that could be showing up either in disguise or just may not be going out of their way to win your attention the way your attention is normally won. And this applies to all areas of your life at the same time. But you need to be ready to shake yourself out of a rut, or else this week could just kind of pass you by. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, and practical affairs, you've got the Four of Pentacles upright. Now, the Four of Pentacles financially can actually be a really good card. It indicates coming into your own. It indicates a chance to actually, win it big, set yourself apart, and come into a space where your own financial interests and professional interests are doing quite well. However, this can indicate a week where if you do need to be working with other people, or you're looking to communicate with other people, you might be finding a lot of doors are shut. And so you're going to have to really kind of put in the effort to knock those barriers down. Depending on where you are, that may or may not be something you have to do. So this card, is going to mean different things to different people this week. But what I do find with the Four of Pentacles is that if you are looking to make any kind of move that's going to take you out of your normal lane, or take you out of your normal space, or initiate a chapter change or a route change with your world, whatever you got going on, project, home, family matter, doesn't matter. It's going to be tougher to get people to budge, but you can do it. Just enjoy the good money you're going to be making this week. Again, it's kind of one of those cards that's got both a good and a not so great. For your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the King of Wands upright. And the King of Wands is indicating some very important conversations, meetings, and interactions that are here to stir things up in a good way for you. The King of Wands is all about enthusiastic and, really driven people taking an interest in us. This could be a friend, new or known, or this could be a development in a group or a family matter. But you're going to want to make sure that you take the time to entertain and encourage what could be appealing to you. This could indicate somebody with an important hookup, connection, recommendation, or referral, or somebody that has a way to maybe help brighten things up or speed things up where they've become sluggish or dull in your life. And so, again, make sure that you are letting them be welcome to do that. For your challenge this week, you've got the Ace of Swords upright. The Ace of Swords is all about green lights and open roads and, locked doors that can be opened. It's a key card at the end of the day. But when we get this card as a challenge, this can also indicate you're on your own. You've got to be able to lead. You've got to be able to encourage. You've got to be ready to spearhead your own cause. A lot of the times with the Ace of Swords as a challenge, it does indicate that we have got to be the initiator a lot more, even in things where we don't think it's appropriate to be the initiator or to be the one to reach out. If we are too passive, if we are too reactive, we might miss out on a lot of good things. But with we don't want to be sitting with the parking brake on at a green light. The Ace of Swords is indicating you've got to be the one to stir things up in a good way, and that's what you are challenged to do this week. And finally, with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. And the Six of Pentacles reversed is all about cutting things off. It's all about turning things down, turning things away. And there may be something that comes up where there is something that needs to be kind of shut down or turned off as far as an aspect of our personal life is concerned. A partner and you may have to come to terms with something that we are trying to do, or maybe even somebody or another household that is not really working for us. It could actually be working against us. It could be just something that's not bringing a lot of fun, comfort, or any kind of peace to our world. And so this could be one of those weeks where we have to decide, we're going to take some space from that person, or we're not going to go ahead with that project, or we're going to take a second to step back from this engagement. However, turn downs and cutoffs can also indicate that we may have to face facts about something that we probably can't or shouldn't try to make happen as well. And that would be still in the best interest of all concerned, but it might be tough to have that conversation with a partner. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, some of you may be turning somebody down this week. Some of you may be walking away from somebody you've been seeing for a little while, whether it's because you're turning them away for somebody that is better suited to you, or because you may decide that it's just not the right time for them. The Six of Pentacles reverse can indicate as well that whatever is going on in love, there is kind of a correction to your course going on. So that whatever's happening, it might be happening for a reason. So that is what we've got for your astrology and your tarot. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Leo soul family friends and allies out there. It's time for your weekly astrological and tarot forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And once you're done with your videos here, don't forget your monthly astrological reports for July are also up. So what's happening here when it comes to your astrology this week? Well, June 26th, 27th, and 28th, we've got some powerful good help coming from Mercury and Venus in your 12th house of the past, private matters, hidden opportunities, secrets, and shortcuts, Cancer, forming happy trines and happy sextiles to Saturn and Mars, respectively. Now, with Mercury trine Saturn, there is this big focus on getting down to business, especially when it comes to getting things fixed, made solid, made clear, especially where they have been nebulous, chaotic, disorganized, or flaky. And for you, this could also indicate something getting made solid that could provide some bonus good help or bonus good news on the financial front. With Mercury also trine to Saturn, this could be helping to fix some kind of challenge around a financial block or some kind of professional uncertainty or complication that you've been working with. Venus in a sextile to Mars is also helping you in business, as it looks like some kind of private exchange, private opportunity, or private conversation could be helping to lift you up when it comes to a career or professional opportunity or pursuit. So you might want to also make sure you are available to communicate, to be social, to get engaged. On the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces in that 8th house of shared resources, passive income, bonus income, intimacy, shared responsibilities, all of that. Now, with Saturn turning retrograde here, we see a relaxation of restrictions for everybody. But for you in particular, starting the 29th and for this next few months, you're going to be finding a lot of restrictions, a lot of blocks, and a lot of hurdles that have maybe come up with some bigger financial plans or investment plans or even debts or old obligations or things that may tie or bind you to other people and responsibilities you share are starting to let up. A relaxation of restrictions gives us an opportunity to plow ahead, but also at the same time do some important elimination work of that which is maybe costing us or, again, keeping us locked where we don't want to be anymore or where we shouldn't be anymore. So that is what I've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Leo, time to see what's up with your tarot and the traffic. So for your big spiritual theme, or your big focus of this week, you've got the Tower card reversed. And the Tower card reversed is all about big external transitions that are not necessarily happening to you personally. In fact, they're really not a part of your personal story, but there could be a lot of things shaking up in the world around you that will affect you vicariously, right? By collateral effect. This is the kind of card that indicates a lot of stories or a lot of news that may be coming to you from other places, other people, other corners of the office, neighbors, friends, family, partners. Could be indicating that there are some big transitions going on in their lives that you need to be ready to handle, to show up for, however you will. But also at the same time, this can be a card that does clear away a lot of things that have become just a part of your world that maybe are also going to, in their clearing, reveal a lot of roads that are opening up as well. That can be the case, but I do want to stress that with the Tower card reversed, for the people out there around you that this is happening to, this can be a very stressful period. And so you want to make sure that you are there for them. And and again, just understand that everyone's going to have to adjust for this, even you, even if it's not happening to you. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs, you've got the Devil reversed. And this is a beautiful card to be getting here because the Devil card reverse is all about freedom. It's all about clearing. It's all about having things that have become problematic or detrimental to you disappear. Now, the Devil card reverse could indicate the elimination of a toxic professional relationship. This could be the elimination of a financial problem or a financial burden. This could also indicate the elimination of an enemy or something that has been in, maybe it's not a person or an account, but it's a situation or a circumstance that has become a block with your professional or financial plans or a path you'd like to get on. Either way, with the Devil card reversed, you're happy to see it be reversed. For your skipping all the cards, for your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Three of Cups upright. And this week is you're gonna be on cloud 9. The Three of Cups is all about fun, celebration, getting a chance to bond and connect, and also strengthen close friendships and attract close, strong friendships. This is about joining up, and this is also a time where a lot of you are going to be getting a chance to get yourself out there. There's a lot of invitations, a lot of gatherings. A lot of the Three of Cups energy can also indicate helpful people or benefits or opportunities coming to you through groups or by association, things getting passed to you, passed on to you, passed down to you. But what we see with this card is an opportunity for not only just the benefits of it, but just the fact that it's a benefit itself. With the Three of Cups, this is also a great week for anyone who's been looking to maybe let their hair down or even make plans for big to-dos or recreational excursions down the road. For your challenge this week, you've got the Magician reversed. And the Magician card reversed is indicating you might need to be careful. While things seem to be going fairly okay for you, there could be something that comes up around an individual that may be trying to manipulate you or something that is of importance to you in some way. Now, typically with the Magician card reversed, we see one of two kinds of manipulation. We've got more of the nefarious, like villainous manipulation, puppet master who wants to control everybody and, kind of mind screw everything up, and they're acting very selfishly, very greedily. Or we have the opposite. We have somebody who is a faker, somebody who is trying to fake it till they make it kind of thing, right? They're not really talented. They're not really competent. They're not really good at what they claim to be good at. And if we fall for whichever manipulator this might be, we might find ourselves in a situation where we're getting screwed. Now, this could be something trying to screw us up or somebody or something that we care about. Either way, be on your guard. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, now we're getting to the relationships card, we've got the Eight of Cups upright. And the Eight of Cups is all about departures. It's all about moving forward. It's all about heeding a call to a new space, a new adventure, or a new beginning. Now, for a lot of you, this can indicate something going on with a partner where they are getting ready to make some kind of departure to a new beginning that's actually going to be better for them. This could be them quitting a job or deciding that they are going to start looking for a better job if something like that has been, harmful to them in some way, right? That's just an example. But there's also this focus on departures where we are leaving behind things that are, kind of keeping us stuck in an era, a space, time, or way of being that we have long since outgrown. This could be great news for those of you who are looking for an opportunity to leave, maybe a living situation, right? Those of you thinking about making a move, or with the Eight of Cups, maybe you and a partner are going to get a chance to simply just put something to bed that we no longer wish to deal with as far as it relates to a relationship factor, family factor, or something that has followed us from the past. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, this can indicate good news in love, but there may be a distance between you and your partner potential. This won't be a permanent distance, but this would be a distance that does need to be closed. This could be a distance that is either just space in general, like, right, temporarily long distance, or something that is more of a time and availability space that will also have a chance to be closed soon. So that's what I've got for your astrology and your tarot. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Virgo soul family friends and allies out there. It's time for your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, your monthly astrological forecasts for July are up. So if you're done with your videos here, might want to go give those a look over as well. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, just go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, the 26th, 27th, and 28th, we've got a beautiful 72-hour window where Mercury and Venus in Cancer, in your 11th house of friendships, your support system, and community, are making very helpful connections to Saturn in Pisces and Mars in Taurus. Now, Mercury trine Saturn is all about getting down to business, making things solid, bringing chaos to order, putting things where they belong, and also setting things straight where they've been wobbly or just discombobulated. And this could also indicate an important link up or setting something firm that is also securing a friendship, a collaboration, or even a partnership opportunity, or maybe even letting something finally, well, get to go time with a friendship, collaboration, or partnership goal. The nice thing about this is that this is helping to make things solid, like I said, where it's been too fluid or maybe too nebulous or just too up in the air, not grounded enough to be workable until now. We also have Venus in Cancer in that 11th house connecting to Mars in Taurus, which is your 9th house of expansion, growth, as well as big travel opportunities, big moves, long distance connections, and government and legal matters. Now, with Venus sextile to Mars in Taurus, this is about affectionate exchanges, and there could be some kind of special hookup coming either from a long-distance connection, a business connection, or possibly a special treat that is coming to a partnership or creating a partnership opportunity for you that is also helping to take you out of a social or professional bubble you've been in. On the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces in your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. So the boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all of those kinds of connections. And we have a relaxation of restrictions starting up on the 29th, which will be there for the next few months. Now, this is actually a really good retrograde because if you've been feeling like maybe a certain relationship, plan, or arrangement has been getting blocked, or maybe you've been looking to get into some kind of new important partnership, whether you are looking to get into a romantic relationship or you are looking to establish a business alliance, you want to maybe take a certain alliance further, this is going to help remove a lot of restrictions and blocks and troublemaking influences from your personal life. With Saturn retrograde, it's all about getting rid of the worst ties that bind, and you're going to get a lot of chances to take some exits that you would like, especially if there are things that are holding you back from those kinds of partnerships and those kinds of exchanges and relationships, but also at the same time have a lot of burdens or troublemaking influences that have maybe been imposed on existing partnerships weaken their power as well, or weaken in their power, I should say. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Virgo, time for your weekly tarot and the traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you have the Two of Pentacles reversed. And so this week is probably going to be one that makes you quite pleased. The Two of Pentacles reversed is all about simplification, dropping balls we're juggling, reduction, simplifying things, and also getting a chance to maybe lock in some commitments that have been up in the air. With the Two of Pentacles reversed, if you've been kind of going through this last short while, kind of feeling like a lot of things are up in the air or a bit lost or directionless, this is going to definitely provide a lot of that grounding. Throughout the course of this week, you may be noticing a lot of decisions are kind of getting made for you by circumstance, but these are things that are helping you to get an idea of, what it is you can work with versus what you can't. And also with the Two of Pentacles reversed, a lot of things that have been maybe competing for your time or your space, or even getting in the way of you being able to perform are also going to be dropping off. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs, you've got the Two of Swords upright. And so the Two of Swords is presenting a crossroads experience here. A lot of the times this card shows up because a road we've been on is branching off into two different directions. Now, this can indicate different job opportunities being offered at the same time, financial opportunities being offered at the same time, or even situations coming up where you're getting a chance to shop around between some pretty cool wins. But what you need to keep in mind with the Two of Swords is that you might not want to rush to make a decision, because with the Two of Swords, not all of your options have revealed themselves yet, and they haven't revealed themselves for their entirety. But with the Two of Swords, it's a good challenge to have, because this is indicating, again, some fresh stimulation and also maybe some propositions that will help shake things up for us in a good way, get some fresh blood, fresh energy into our world. For your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Three of Swords upright. And the Three of Swords upright is indicating that you may end up finding out about something not being all well in a loved one's space or in a loved one's world. The Three of Swords can indicate issues with heartache, betrayal, heartbreaking decisions, painful decisions, and there could be something coming up with a friend or a relative or somebody that you care about where they are going through that, where they actually might need some help, or they might need some backup, or it could just be something is coming undone around them. This could, for some of you, indicate possibly a conflict or a fight with somebody who is already kind of going through hard times, but possibly taking it out on you and other people, because some people do that. But that's not going to be for all of you, but I have seen this show up for people that way before. For your challenge this week, you've got the Queen of Wands reversed. And the Queen of Wands reversed is one of the manipulator cards, but luckily for us, the Queen of Wands reversed is not subtle. This can often indicate an explosive, aggressive, or temperamental person or situation that is really acting up, really acting out. This is what I've often referred to this as sort of like the chaotic mean girl kind of energy of the tarot deck. When this card shows up, there could be something going on this week where you have to lay down the law with somebody who is kind of becoming the explosive brat, right? The violent brat, the pusher, the bully. And when we have this card, you're not really there to just sort of like counsel and heal and coo them, all right? This is probably not just the challenge by the fact that this card is there, but a challenge for you to know how to throw down on your own behalf and for what you care about. And finally, for relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, we've got the Ten of Swords upright. And the Ten of Swords is a harsh end to a situation that was already bad. And for a lot of you with the Ten of Swords, there could be a sense of something coming to a harsh end in a partnership or relationship matter. This could even indicate something going on in a partner's life where they are heartbroken, or they are dumbstruck, or kind of put in a really kind of dark space over something coming to an end. But again, it's something that was already bad. Like, it would have been worse off if it was allowed to kind of go on and keep going. It wasn't going to get any better. This could be something that we have to cut our losses with. This could be something that we have to just kind of buck up and release eventually. Or this could be something that we have to make that call about this week. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Ten of Swords upright is indicating you might be connecting with somebody who is either going through or just coming through an experience like this. And so they could be coming at it from any kind of direction. They could still be sullen, they could still be down, or they might be in that kind of it's a brand new day, crazy enthusiastic kind of space. But be careful, because people who do that after difficulties are probably less ready than people who are being honest about how they feel and what they're going through. It doesn't necessarily take them off the table as an option, just proceed with caution and patience and compassion. So that is what I've got for you, Virgo. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Libra, soul family, friends, and allies out there. It's time for your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder, your monthly astrological forecasts for July are up, and so if you haven't had a chance to look those over when you're done here. And if you would ever like to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So, what is going on when it comes to your week, astrologically speaking? Well, the 26th, 27th, and 28th, we've got some beautiful energy from Mercury and Venus in Cancer in your 10th house of career, upper mobility, and status, forming happy connections to Saturn and Mars in Pisces and Taurus, respectively. Mercury is trine to Saturn, and there is this big focus on getting down to business. And for you, Saturn is really working over your 6th house of reputation, as well as your schedule, stability, and how you order your world. With Mercury and Saturn coming together, this is all about setting up the ideal work conditions, especially around maybe an assignment, a position, or maybe a road that you are on, or something that you desire. And this could be either bringing something to order, making it firm and making it set, or helping to clear or declutter some problematic elements that have been there. And we also have Venus in that 10th house sextile to Mars in Taurus, which is your 8th house, which can also indicate bonus opportunities, bonus wins, or unexpected gifts and good fortune through your workspace, or maybe even a work opportunity. This is a pleasant surprise with Venus sextile to Mars, and likely something that is going to put you or something you deeply care about ahead. And finally, on the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces, which is all about a relaxation of restrictions. And again, this is about that 6th house of work, reputation, how you order your world, and stability. When we have Saturn retrograde in the 6th house, starting on the 29th and for this next few months, that relaxation of restrictions is going to give you a lot of breathing room, a lot of leeway, a lot of space to start making a lot of adjustments or overdue moves or overdue flips to things that have really worn out their welcome in terms of your life, your lifestyle, how you carry on at work, how you work in your community and serve your community. If you've been feeling almost like you've been trapped in a dead end, or you've been feeling like there is no wiggle room to grow, or there's no flexibility for other things that you need, this retrograde itself is going to be a welcome change of pace. It's not just for the 29th, though, thank goodness. It's something that's going to be continuously at work for you as we go through this next few months. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's go on and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Libra, time for the tarot traffic. And it looks like for your spiritual theme or your big focus of the week, you've got the Four of Swords reversed. And so this week, got a bit of a double message here. On one hand, with the Four of Swords reversed, this is going to be a week where if you have been feeling like things have been just kind of sleepy, kind of too slow, or not moving fast enough, and everybody is just kind of driving the lowest gear possible, you're going to be really happy for this one, because the Four of Swords reversed is all about accelerated activity, possibly to the extent of overactivity, but a lot of hustle, a lot of bustle, and you may find actually by the end of it all, there's not enough hours in the day. With the Four of Swords reversed, a lot of things have a tendency to go from slow to hardcore light speed rush, and this could be exactly the kind of message that you're looking for. But the other side of this is, you've got to be capable of pacing yourself and knowing when too much is too much. Sometimes the Four of Swords reverse can warn about things kind of burning so fast, so hot, that can create a problem altogether by itself. And so find the balance this week. But overall, I tend to find this is actually good in this position because it does indicate productivity, it indicates advancement, it indicates progress. It just, it needs to be managed. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs, you've got the Seven of Cups reversed. And the Seven of Cups reversed is all about commitment. It's all about things getting put into a space where you are going to be quite secure, but also enjoying a bit of decluttering. The Seven of Cups reversed can often indicate a situation where something is set in stone, where it has maybe been very much on edge or up in the air. This can also indicate a situation where perhaps a lot of you who have been hoping to kind of get something locked in so you could move on with another step, either financially or professionally. This is a great card to have for you there. But also, again, that decluttering factor. A lot of you are going to find that this week, if there's been a lot of chaos or a lot of craziness in terms of work, family, financial obligations, a settling down, a quieting down, and a straightening out is in order. For your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Nine of Swords upright. And the Nine of Swords is indicating here, some of you Libra people might be needing to do a bit of a reach out, a bit of a get ready to kind of check in on somebody. The Nine of Swords is indicating distress. It's indicating fear, pangs of anxiety around somebody that could be in a friendship circle, or it could be a close personal contact, a family member, or a partner. Now, a lot of the times the Nine of Swords, this is anxiety or fear about either the past, either related to guilt or regret, or this is anxiety about something that they don't know how to fix, they don't know how to prevent. And they could be looking for advice, they could be looking for solace, or it could be a situation where you have to help them to either A, figure a way out, or talk them out of doing something that could make things worse. So be prepared to be a Libra about this. For your challenge this week, you've got the Seven of Wands upright. And the Seven of Wands is all about demanding activity, but also conquest, about advantages, about wins. This week, as we've seen, is going to be quite busy and quite, demanding on you. But with the Seven of Wands as your challenge, it's like, stay on top of it all. This is actually coming in for a lot of payoffs and payouts for those who do. With the Seven of Wands, you got to also remember, got to keep involved, keep engaged. Make sure that you are not taking unnecessary breaks or unnecessary pauses or taking unnecessary lengths of downtime. Go where the action is with this card, because with the Seven of Wands, this could actually be a week that has a lot of deciding factors in future prosperity and future success for those who stay the course. And finally, for relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Eight of Swords upright. And the Eight of Swords is a card of entrapment. It's a card of paralysis. It can also indicate stuckness. And there could be something going on where you and a partner are going to need to get down to brass tacks about something that, so long as it stays the way it is, we might be stuck somewhere in a corner of our relationship. The Eight of Swords can indicate ties to old issues, or even a person's issues with another person could be creating problems for us. Sometimes the Eight of Swords indicates not necessarily a situation with a partner, but it could be somebody outside the relationship, a friend of yours, a friend of theirs, a relative of either of yours, where their inability to do for themselves, their inability to be independent or self-sufficient is creating hell for your partner, or maybe creating problems for the relationship. And there could be a need to see where some cords need to be cut there as well. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Eight of Swords upright is indicating a very similar message where it's possible somebody that is overly attached to external circumstances regarding either their past or other people or other things they have going on might not necessarily be in a position this week to do a lot when it comes to making progress with a new relationship or a new relationship opportunity. So if somebody like that shows up, or you might be finding that that's what's going on with a person of interest, I think that it might be time to, kind of be like, okay, well, there's only so serious we can get so long as your past and the issues that you haven't sorted out yet aren't sorted out yet, right? Find a way to say that diplomatically. I'm not talking to them. You might be. But there is something like that that's going to come up. Hopefully with the Eight of Swords, they get the message, though, and they cut their own cords and they can move forward. So that's what we've got for your astrology and tarot for the week. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Scorpio soul family, friends, and allies out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd. And if you haven't seen them yet, your monthly astrological forecasts for July are up. So might want to head on over there when you're done with your business here. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your week? This week, the 26th, 27th, and 28th has two beautiful aspects kind of overlapping and lighting up the middle to back half of the week. And that is Mercury and Venus, both in your 9th house of expansion, growth, big moves, big travel opportunities, your spiritual path and practice, as well as even government legal matters and big contracts and long distance connections, lighting up happy links to Saturn in Pisces and Mars in Taurus. Now, with Mercury trine to Saturn, we see a big focus on getting down to business, especially when it comes to making something solid or setting something in motion that has either been waiting its turn or something that has been just too complicated or blocked up or obstructed to go to work with and for you. And this is especially helpful in situations where maybe travel or business or even relationships would be benefited by all systems go. This could be opening up a lot of doors in romance, but also in business, and also at the same time giving a chance for you and all involved to enjoy getting out of your bubbles. We also have Venus in this part of your chart connecting to Mars in Taurus, which is your 7th house of closest one-on-one connections, romantic, platonic, and professional. And this is all about affectionate exchanges, and there could be some very good news or maybe even a special gift, conversation, or meeting that transforms a professional, platonic or romantic relationship, or maybe several of them, because of an opportunity for expansion, for growth, or heading down a new adventurous road together. And finally, we have on the 29th, Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces in your 5th house of romance, recreation, creativity, personal enterprises, and your relationships with your kids. And Saturn retrograde is all about a relaxation of restrictions. And so if you have been dealing with any kind of pervasive challenges, burdens, blocks, or obligations that have been interfering with the embarkment or the pursuit of a relationship goal, a relationship plan, either with a partner or maybe finding a new relationship or with one of your kids, this is going to be eliminating a lot of those obstructions, whether they are present, whether they are from the past, or whether these are things that have just kind of become a part of the scenery Starting on the 29th and for the next few months, we're going to see a dissipation of those influences. And we're also going to be seeing a lot of roads open up for love to take on a lot of new exciting forms. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Scorpio, time for the traffic. And it looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Hermit reversed. And the Hermit reversed is all about emergence. It's a card of finding, it's a card of discovery, but also sharing and reconnecting. And so this week is going to be full of a lot of exchanges of not only information, but possibly resources, help, things coming your way where they were not before. This is also going to be a week where a lot of distances are going to be getting closed between you and people that are going to be able to do better together than you could apart. In fact, a lot of the times with the Hermit card reversed, we see connections and reconnections happen where people that are providing us with advantages that could not for whatever reason in the past, or maybe they are brand new people in our lives, are coming out of the woodwork. So pay attention to what is coming forward for you this week, what you're going to need to be ready to engage in, what you're going to need to be ready to invest in, because this card is a beautiful service. For your material circumstances, work, job, and finances, you've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse can indicate a mess, unfortunately. This is the card of the user, of negligent people, of incompetence. And there could be something coming up here where a mess is getting made by somebody with those character traits, or this could be a situation that is deteriorating at work or with a project, or maybe something going on with a professional relationship or a family matter because of a lack of proper care or a lack of diligence in the work or care of that matter. Whatever the case is, when we get this card, it's important to roll up your sleeves, get your work gloves on, and get down to business, either doing fixing or reversing of this matter, because however it got started or whoever started it is going to be incapable of fixing it. Unfortunately, that's the issue with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. If it is actually rooted with a person or their behavior, they're too incompetent to actually be able to even fix the mess they made. But if it's not a person, it will not be fixed the way it was made. We have to clean this up a new way. For your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. And the Nine of Wands reversed is indicating a door being opened for you. This is a card of walls coming down, barriers and barricades coming down, and this could actually be done because of the help of a friend, or maybe somebody's good deed is opening doors for you, or there could be something you are getting signaled to check out because of a new availability or a new transparency there. A lot of the times with the Nine of Wands reversed, this could be something that does ask us to maybe take a step off of a path or a plan that we have set for ourselves, whether it's for the week or the month or whatever, just a little bit to go and check it out, really investigate it, see what is actually emerging here as well. But it is something that is going to be good for you to have, something good for you to know, or something that, again, could even open up a shortcut to something you've been taking the long way towards. For your challenge this week, you've got the Page of Swords reversed. Addressing miscalculations, correcting bad math, but also at the same time, you might be having to face situations where people might be running with bad information, whether it's they are trying to start things with bad information, incorrect information, or they're running their mouths, or they are starting problems, starting fires, or there could be something going on where we catch something that was a mistake in the past, or something that got started by misinformation or even just rumors or hearsay or conjecture that is running the risk of getting out of hand. And with the Page of Swords reversed, whatever the issue is, whatever the complaints are, the most important thing that can be done is correcting the misunderstanding, getting real information into the picture. And be careful, because sometimes this could require humbling of everybody involved, even you maybe, if that's the case, but it's better than just going with the bad information, hoping it all works out. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, we've got the Seven of Swords upright. And the Seven of Swords upright is the card of secrecy. It can also be a card that shows up when people are not being truthful, or they are taking unstable or maybe even problematic actions where they could get themselves or other people involved in some hot water. And I feel like with the Seven of Swords, there could be something coming up with a romantic partner or with a spouse where we might actually catch them in a lie, or we might catch them in a secret maneuver that they're doing, or there could be something going on where we find out we ourselves could have taken a problematic action or made an unstable effort in the past, and there could be some missing pieces in a in a plan or in a pursuit that we need to go back and kind of go back a few steps in order to repair. With the Seven of Swords, though, again, it can be a dicey situation. Sometimes people only get this card when they're in a place where they're kind of at a 10. So defensiveness could be high. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, secrecy, lack of honesty is still a part of the picture here. And there could be some issues coming up around dishonest behavior in a partner potential. Now, this could be something that we are catching right away, or we're finding something is not really adding up about this person or what they have said or shown about themselves. With the Seven of Swords, we really don't want to invest or push too far into anything before we figure out exactly what is going on and what we are dealing with. Sometimes it's something understandable and forgivable. Sometimes it's a deal breaker, but we got to figure it out. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Sagittarius soul family out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder, your monthly astrological forecasts for July are up. And so if you haven't seen those yet, you might want to check those out when you wrapped up business here. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So this week, the 26th, the 27th, and 28th, we've got Mercury and Venus lighting up your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, bonus income, as well as anything you may share with others in terms of responsibilities in a very happy way. Mercury is trine to Saturn in Pisces, Venus is sextile to Mars in Taurus. And we've got this combined focus of affectionate exchanges and getting down to business. Now, with Mercury trine to Saturn in Pisces, this is going to be a time where some kind of important meeting, conversation, or work is getting done, setting something in motion as it relates to an opportunity to boost your household income, household security, and household creature comforts. This could also indicate moving something along that has been maybe waiting its turn, as well as fixing some kind of old issue that has been a cloud hanging overhead, either in the home or finance department. And Venus sextile to Mars is going to be bringing an opportunity for you to score some kind of bonus money or bonus accolades or bonus lift as it relates to your work life, life at the office, or with your business or your profession. There's some kind of special benefit coming through this exchange. And finally, on the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces in your 4th house of home, family, living situation, and home economy. And we're seeing a relaxation of restrictions. And so if you've been kind of dealing with a lot of blockages, a lot of demanding obligations, or anything that's been maybe imposing an oppressive influence over you, your family relationships, your living situation, or just your everyday life as it relates to the home and family, you're going to like this, because Saturn retrograde is all about dissolving, releasing, and even displacing the causes, cores, and effects of those kinds of nasties. And it's not just for the 29th, but it's also for this next few months to come. So that is what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Sagittarius, here is your tarot traffic. All right, and so for your big spiritual theme or your big focus, you have the Page of Wands upright. And the Page of Wands is all about fresh starts in terms of new initiations, offers, and even propositions that are going to be coming your way this week. You're going to find that a lot of new directions and directives, suggestions, and referrals are going to be happening all over the place. And this could be a week that asks you to be ready to come out of your shell so that you can properly entertain them. A lot of the times, the Page of Wands, these could be important invitations or propositions that are helping us in business, in our personal life, or even just opening up new roads for us where we didn't see options or opportunities before. This is a card of up and at 'em, back to action, getting things on a roll. And if you are down for it, you're going to profit from it. Just keep in mind with the Page of Wands, typically these kinds of invitations, referrals, and offers and whatnot, they only come once. So you need to be ready to respond when they do. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs, you've got the King of Pentacles reversed. Now, the King of Pentacles reversed is a really, really good card for money, and it's a really just aggravating card when it comes to people stuff. Financially, this week, it's tops. You are going to be rolling in it. The King of Pentacles reversed is all about still wealth, opulence, and affluence, and also getting a chance to even make a lot more money or make a lot more in terms of our own material wealth or progress towards a material goal faster than normal. But you are going to need to be careful, because the King of Pentacles reverse can indicate something it's getting put at risk, possibly by a rather controlling, very power hungry, very over ambitious type character that could be trying to domineer something that is going on in a work or family matter. Now, the King of Pentacles reverse could be very well set up themselves. A lot of the times they are. They're very driven, kind of workaholics. But at the same time, this can indicate somebody who you do not want to follow or have a lot of control or say in your goings on. There could also be some temptation around this, because there is a lot going on financially where you're feeling really good. You might want to just kind of push it as far as it goes. Just be careful with the King of Pentacles reversed. We don't need this taking over our lives. For your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Three of Wands reversed. And the Three of Wands reversed is a card of warnings. It's a card about missed opportunities, declines, oversights. But when it shows up here, this could indicate a last chance message coming for you, Sagittarius, especially when it comes to things maybe that you've not kept up with or kept up on. The Three of Wands reverse can indicate news about something going on with a friend, or a group or a contact that you have where a conversation that you maybe had before, or maybe something that was put on the table before, whether this was for personal reasons, for business reasons, for family reasons, it doesn't matter, that maybe wasn't followed up on, is the time is almost past to catch up or take part in whatever that situation was. And so if it's, it's coming back around once if you want it, but it may be that you're also getting news that, something that was maybe going to go forward, or we had been thinking about going forward, it could be too late. Hopefully not, but that's going to depend on what's going on with your own personal story or your own path. For your challenge this week, you've got the Knight of Swords reversed. And the Knight of Swords reversed is a very temperamental card. This is a card of irrational, belligerent behavior, people kind of taking shots at each other left and right, or rushing each other headlong into situations where they're actually putting themselves or even what they care about in peril. And this card can show up where there could be a fight or an argument or a confrontation with somebody that is taking way too much out or taking way too much energy into a given situation to do it any good. The challenge with the Knight of Swords reversed is that this might not necessarily be an opponent. It could be an opponent, but it could also be somebody on your side, or somebody whose side you are on, or somebody that you would, you feel kind of responsible for in some way. This could be a situation where we have to somehow simmer this person down or shut this person down before they do any more damage, friend, foe, or otherwise. And finally, for your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Hierophant reversed. And the Hierophant reversed is all about deviation. It's all about breaking from norms, breaking from what has become the standard, the staple, the law of the land. And for those of you who are coupled or are married, this is going to be a week where you and your partner get a chance to cut loose, get wild, and maybe even make some important deviations from some relationship plans or relationship setups that no longer actually suit who you are and where you've come in life. Sometimes we hold on to patterns, cycles, traditions for way too long, or we take on patterns, cycles, and traditions that never really were for us in the first place. They just kind of came along. And with the Hierophant reversed, you're getting a chance to kind of start doing your relationship your own way. This can actually be a really good card when it comes to freedom from external situations that could be imposing pressure on us. And there could also be some really good news about something that we as a couple that have been bound to or indentured to for some way or in some way finally letting up and letting us go. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Hierophant card reversed is indicating a release here as well, but in a different way. You're going to be getting a chance to, try a different kind of relationship on for size than what you're used to. A lot of the times this card shows up where a type of person that is compatible with us, but is maybe not a part of the cookie cutter normals that we usually go for, is going to be showing up, or we have a chance to explore maybe a different relationship path. Be open-minded about this. This could be something that could be a lot of fun. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Capricorn soul family out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And your monthly astrological forecasts for July are up, so you might want to give those a look over once you're done with your business here. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology for this week? Well, we've got the 26th, 27th, and 28th lit up by this double aspect of Mercury and Venus in Cancer in your 7th house of partnerships, closest one-on-one connections. This is the boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your most involved one-on-one connections with, forming happy trines and sextiles left and right. We've got Mercury trine Saturn in Pisces, and we've got Venus sextile Mars in Taurus. Now, with Mercury trine to Saturn, this is all about getting down to business. This is all about setting things in proper order, as well as doing a great deal of fixing and decluttering work. And for you, this is likely going to involve some kind of partnership, alliance, or romantic relationship that has been kind of struggling to get through some kind of either confusing period or to get ahead with something that has been mucked up by a lot of maybe overly fluid or overly chaotic activity. This is a great period, especially for getting commitments set in stone, especially when it comes to important relationships, contracts, and meetings. And you're probably going to find that the world just makes a lot more sense after this day, when you engage this energy, because this is also about helping to get things to click where they've not clicked before, with projects, with people, with groups, with partners. It's a great influence here. Venus sextile to Mars in Taurus is also going to be bringing in some very cool romantic energy. Affectionate exchanges are going to be kind of dialed up, and things could be getting a bit hot for you Capricorn people, and you may find that romantic partners or romantic partner opportunities are going to be turning up the dial in terms of their intensity, but also the depths of their affections and communications with you. And if you are not putting yourself out there and taking responsibility for working with the astrology and you're looking for a new relationship, please put yourself out there over the course of this 3 days. On the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces. This is your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, and contracts, as well as collaborations and helpful third parties. And with Saturn turning retrograde, we're seeing a relaxation of restrictions for everybody, starting on the 29th, but for this next few months as well. And a lot of you Capricorn people who have been maybe getting bogged down or blocked up by ties that bind, whether it's to organizations or it's to people, present or past, or old agreements or old contracts or obligations that have been speaking for your time, your freedoms, your energy, your spending money, whether you engaged in them willingly or had them imposed on you, or maybe a little bit of both. You're going to find that over the course of this next few months, a lot of those restrictions and that which is attached to them are going to be going through a release and dissipation period. So be prepared for some relief. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Capricorn, here is your tarot traffic. For your big spiritual theme or your big focus of the week, you've got the Wheel of Fortune upright. Looks like everything is getting lifted up at the same time. The Wheel of Fortune is all about, of course, good fortune and good luck, but breakthroughs as well as environmental shifts that are kind of setting these things in motion for you. A lot of the times with the Wheel of Fortune, we've got random happiness, we've got fortunate or happy accidents, as well as big wins coming your way that are likely going to steer you, funny enough, away from your normal, but for your own good. Now, one of the things I would recommend, though, when it comes to this is remembering the Wheel of Fortune does things the Wheel of Fortune's way. It doesn't do things your way. Fortune favors the open-minded when this card shows up. There's a lot of good that can come here, but again, happy accidents, happy detours, that's also part of the plan. So if you try to judge things, judge a book based on its cover, or your first impression, or how inconvenient something might seem, you might miss out. So don't do that. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs, you've got the Eight of Wands reversed. And the Eight of Wands reversed can indicate misfires and delays and disruptions. A lot of the times this card can show up where something cannot go forward as planned because something is either missing or there could be something bigger in the way. Now, sometimes this card can show up in a good way, where, kind of like we see with the Wheel of Fortune, happy accidents. A misfire, delay, or disruption may be inconvenient, but it may be also showing up because we can do better. Now, this could be something going on with a work plan, project, an interview, a conversation, or maybe something relating to a financial or family matter. If this is something that is going to stick, it is likely going to have a substitute provided, and you want to be open-minded about that substitute. If there is no substitute, or this is not something that's going to stick, it's only temporary, once things get moving again, it's going to be on a better path than it was before. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Knight of Cups upright. And the Knight of Cups is all about kindness, it's all about openness, it's all about affection. And this can also show up where an important contact, friend, family member, partner is really going above and beyond the call of duty to see something through for us or make sure something gets to us. Now, this can show up where somebody is pulling off a miracle or running an errand or possibly even just going out of their way to prove their love, prove their friendship through some kind of big gesture. With the Knight of Cups, this is likely something that is going to set something in motion for you that without their help might not have been possible at all. But this is also going to be giving you a chance to delve more deeply into this connection, create something a lot more intimate, more well-bonded, trusting, stronger, and of course, more loyal. For your challenge this week, you've got the Four of Wands upright. What challenges is the question. The Four of Wands is a card of milestones. It's all about achievement. It's all about celebration. It's all about wins. And when we have the Four of Wands show up as a challenge, again, it's likely you're probably not going to have any pervasive challenges this week, except maybe knowing when a win is a win. That can happen every once in a while, right? If we get really focused on things, staying on a certain pattern, following a certain order of operations, or maybe sticking to a certain routine, then things that maybe disrupt that can be seen as bad or negative or hostile when it's anything but. And then it would be an act of self-sabotage to try and just make things go our way that we're comfortable with. With the Four of Wands, you don't want to get in the way of your own victories, but also just celebrate them. You're going to have a really easy week. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Six of Swords upright, which is all about forward movement, but also transition that could be something guided or something initiated that is helping to move you and a partner, I just got deja vu, move you and a partner into a better space. Now, this could literally be a better space if you guys have been in the market, you're looking to move or travel or something like that. Or this could be something going on in a more metaphoric sense, right? The Six of Swords is all about leaving troubled waters behind for more peaceful ones. This could be something getting initiated by the environment, something happening to you or to a partner. But with the Six of Swords, we also see a lot of troubles moving on. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, this is going to actually be a card that indicates an opportunity for love that might require you to be ready to go a little bit further than you normally look for love and romance. Now, this could be somebody that we get a chance to meet or connect with if we just opened up our range to one town over, that kind of thing. The Six of Swords can indicate a better space, with a better option. This can also indicate a situation where a transition or a trip or something like that could be going on for you or your partner or a partner-to-be that does kind of change relationship plans a little bit. But with the Six of Swords, this is going to be a week of, again, important transitions that are moving everybody into, let's just say, a brighter place, to a brighter horizon, and maybe even a change in a relationship direction that is to a superior destination than maybe we thought we could have. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Aquarius soul family out there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a reminder, your monthly astrological forecasts for July, are up. And so if you haven't had a chance to check those out, once you're done here, you might want to head on over that way. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or just follow the links down below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology this week? Well, this week, it's all about the back half. We've got June 26th, 27th, and 28th, all highlighted by these beautiful aspects made by Mercury and Venus in Cancer in your 6th house of work, reputation, your schedule, how you order and organize your world, as well as stability, connecting very happily to Saturn in Pisces and to Mars in Taurus. Now, with Mercury trine to Saturn in Pisces, this is all about getting down to business, setting things in stone, getting rid of, the detritus and the clutter and the BS, but also at the same time, locking in some very good fixes in your work and world of business. This is also a time where a lot of you are going to get a chance to maybe get some kind of important financial news or professional opportunity that is going to set something solid that has not necessarily been very clear to you, especially when it comes to maybe a growth opportunity or some kind of big win in the financial department. Venus sextile to Mars in Taurus is all about some affectionate exchanges going on, and this is also going to be stimulating some boosts when it comes to the wealth department for you as well. Whether these are important gifts or possibly something going on where you are getting a chance to benefit from some change in your home environment or your home economy's environment, whether this has to do with things you've got going on running in the home or family news or partner news. This is also going to be setting you up quite nicely. So again, a very sweet middle of the week. And finally, on the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces, which is your 2nd house of income, employment, and security. Now, Saturn retrograde is all about a relaxation of restrictions. And so if you've been feeling like maybe this last few months you've been a bit blocked up, or you've been maybe trapped in a routine, in a position, or just maybe in a pattern on or off the job that's been really getting in the way of you being able to have maybe the income or the work setup or the professional or career setup that would be an asset to you versus maybe a liability, this is your retrograde. Saturn retrograde is not just here on the 29th, but for this next few months. And we're seeing a lot of blocks or a lot of binding or bunching influences that have been maybe keeping us in a dead end kind of space, financially or professionally speaking, let up. And if you have been also looking to release or even get away from something that has maybe been trapping or holding you still, or in some kind of way that, again, it's limiting your movements, you're just kind of forced to work with the same old, this dissipation influence is also going to be really good to you. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with your tarot and the traffic. All right, Aquarius, time for your tarot traffic. And looks like for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you have the Six of Cups in reverse, which is all about a cleaning house kind of experience going on this week, especially when it comes to the past. A lot of the times with the Six of Cups reversed, we see the breaking of patterns before they restart, but also the unloading of a lot of things that have become burdensome or repetitive, or even hold or bind us to past situations that just by the fact that those binds exist at all could be exerting a negative influence over the present. With the Six of Cups reversed, you're going to notice a lot of opportunities to clean and clear a lot of slates coming up this week, and I definitely urge you to take them. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs, you've got the King of Swords upright. And the King of Swords is actually a really cool guy because the King of Swords often shows up as help or some kind of really cool maneuver getting pulled off by somebody with a lot of power, a lot of clout, a lot of expertise that actually sets us in motion for a bit of a lucky break. Now, this could be a really cool boss for those of you who are maybe looking for new work, or this could be a cool move made by a boss, or this could be an ally or a friend that is stepping forward, known or maybe somebody new you're going to meet that's going to help you take on a situation that needs solving. With the King of Swords, we see somebody that is usually an expert in what they do. They know all the ins and outs, and they actually also have a lot of talent for fixing things up to be a lot more efficient, a lot more profitable, and a lot more, I'll just say, quickly completed for anything that you may need that assistance with. For your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Two of Wands upright. And the Two of Wands is all about agreements. It's a card of commitments and alliances. And there may be some very important collaboration, connection, or deal that has an opportunity to be struck this week. Now, with the Two of Wands, this could be an arrangement that is coming together that has been maybe kicked around by you and somebody else, or this could be an alliance or a union coming together that is a match made in heaven for all involved, whether it's for business or for funsies or for pleasure or for whatever. With the Two of Wands, this can also indicate something that maybe has been waiting its turn to gain priority in your life or in the life of another, finally getting it. For your challenge this week, you've got the Ace of Wands upright. And the Ace of Wands is all about new opportunities. It's all about passion. It's all about high energy. And it is a card of success and popularity. So when it shows up as a challenge, this might just be a week where a lot of you Aquarius people need to be able to stay engaged, right? And that's kind of a message a lot of people have been getting lately. You know, with the Ace of Wands, it's like stay where the action is. Somehow find a way to get more energy for what you need to get done. With the Ace of Wands, this could also indicate a call for a lot of you to be ready to, make some things official that have been tentative or kicked around so that they can launch and have their best chance possible. A lot of the times I've seen the Ace of Wands show up as a challenge for both audience members and clients where they're kind of taking things in a very meek, in a very timid way, where they need to be more bold. They need to be able to be comfortable with staying in a place of high activity and high action. Maybe they want to wait and see. Maybe they want to be careful. Yeah, take all common sense precautions with whatever is going on, whether it's for, your own personal projects, your own personal pursuits, your social life, relationships, business, it doesn't matter. But with the Ace of Wands, like the motorcycles are saying, you got to be ready to kick into high gear. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Five of Swords upright. And the Five of Swords is all about hostilities. It's a card of conflict. It's a card of fighting. And there could be a fight that comes up this week, either between you and a partner or between your partnership and another couple or another household. The Five of Swords usually shows up where there has already been some tension, some spitefulness, or some animosity before. So this likely is going to be a situation where it's like, okay, this is just, it's been brewing. With the Five of Swords, this could be something that comes up where we're not going to be able to have everyone walk away without hurt feelings, however. I'm sensing whatever is going on with the Five of Swords is a sore spot or a point of controversy for either your partner or you, maybe both. But what needs to be understood with the Five of Swords is that we have to focus on ending the conflict at its core and not just focus on winning and certainly not focus on just calming everything down. Find the source of the conflict and get rid of that instead. For those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Five of Swords upright indicates here that there may be something going on with a new relationship or new relationship opportunity where there could be some hostility in the very beginning. This could be something that is just a misunderstanding blown out of proportion, or this could be a red flag getting thrown up. Either way, we've got to see what we can do to sort it out and again, get to the core before going forward. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget, my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, all of my Pisces, soul family, friends, and allies out there. It's time for your weekly astrological and tarot card forecasts for the week starting June 23rd, 2024. And just a quick reminder, your monthly astrological forecasts for July are up, so don't forget to check those out when you've finished up business here. And if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So what's going on when it comes to your week? Well, it's all about the second half of the week, really, for everybody. And June 26th, 27th, and 28th, we've got Mercury and Venus in your 5th house of love, romance, recreation, creativity, and your relationships with your kids and personal enterprises, Cancer, forming a beautiful set of trines and sextiles to Saturn in your sign and to Mars in Taurus, respectively. Now, with Mercury trine to Saturn, we've got this focus on getting down to business, getting the show on the road, clearing out unnecessary, or even if they may have been necessary once upon a time, stale or just crappy complications that have been maybe mucking up or imposing a block on a romantic aspiration, a creative plan, or maybe something that you are trying to bring forth into being for a relationship you have with one of your kids. With Mercury trine to Saturn, this is all about getting something set firm and committed, and also opening up new lines of communication to support this new push forward. You may also find Mercury trine to Saturn is also going to be directly challenging and unmaking some kind of hostile, controlling, or maybe blocking influence that could be impeding growth somewhere in love, your work, or again, a relationship you have with one of your kids. Venus in this part of your chart is going to also be sextile to Mars in Taurus, your 3rd house of communications, contracts, collaborations, and helpful third parties. And this is going to be all about affectionate exchanges. And there could be some kind of special link or connection or deed being done on your behalf, or something being put on the table for you to engage that is going to help sweeten an important relationship in your life. Now, because Mars is in the 3rd house, this could also affect platonic and professional relationships, but this is also going to be lifting up your love life. And this could also indicate something where the path or the road of a creative project or a professional pursuit is also getting moved or maneuvered to a higher road because of a special deed or affectionate exchange. And finally, on the 29th, we've got Saturn turning retrograde in Pisces, which is your sign. and it's all about a relaxation of restrictions. And so when we have Saturn retrograde in our first house, this is all about the release and relief of anything that has been burdening, blocking, or weighing down our personal pursuits, things that we want to achieve for ourselves, our own story, our own journey, our own path, and our own plan. Now, for a lot of you, this could indicate an opportunity for you to get back in touch or get back in sync with things that you've lost touch with. If you've been spending a lot of time kind of maybe living another person's life for a while, whether it's something you tried on for size and it's not taken very well, or work is taking over. Sometimes family, friends, and partners can take over. But with Saturn retrograde here, it's finally coming back to you and your road and your journey, because you're the only one who can walk it. This can also indicate a relaxation and removal of restrictions, obligations, and burdens put upon you that have been actually stagnating or stopping up your progress when it comes to things you are trying to bring forth into being but have been forced to wait. So that is not just for the 29th, but again, it's going to be continuous this next few months. So that's what we've got for your astrology and the weather. Let's have a look and see what's going on with the tarot and the traffic. All right, Pisces, here's your tarot traffic. All right, for your big spiritual theme, your big focus, you've got the Knight of Wands upright. And the Knight of Wands is a card of drive. It's a card of assertiveness. It's a card of intensity. And when we get this card as a spiritual theme, you got to be ready to be kind of carried at a higher speed through all of your goings on than maybe you're used to. A lot of the times the Knight of Wands is coming in to not only bring the fun in, but also speed up developments, accomplishments, and achievements that could be wrapped up sooner, gained from sooner, or yield us better whatever profits we want all the sooner. But this can be a card that does incite a lot of activity that you or others around you might not be used to. Now, you don't want to look the gift horse in the mouth. You don't want to shut down things that might be starting to pick up. But at the same time, you might want to train yourself to get more ready to keep up the pace with whatever is going on here. This can also indicate a lot of opportunities for growth in maybe pursuits that have been going down maybe smaller thinking roads than they should. For your material circumstances, work, job, finances, practical affairs, you've got the Nine of Pentacles upright. And this is the card of success. This is the card of payoffs and early payoffs at that, as well as sort of a new sense of security, a new sense of comfort, but also a new sense of authority and power. And when we have the with the Nine of Pentacles, it's also a card of independent success. And so you might find that this is a week where you are getting a chance to live it up because of a big personal or independent win, something going on with a professional or a financial matter. There could also be something going on where you are getting recognition for some kind of big achievement, or you're finally getting a chance to be able to take on a personal goal or personal ambition in earnest because of a successful completion of another matter or another agenda. For your community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, you've got the Six of Wands upright. And the Six of Wands is a card of triumph. It's a card of victory, advancement, and popularity. And you may be finding that a friend or an ally is also hitting a really cool new stride in their life. And they may be offering some of their victory to share with you, or there may be a proposition to join forces in order to make bigger wins for all concerned. This can also be a card of conquering of a foe or an enemy. And there could be something going on for some of you where maybe a friend, an ally, or a contact is either securing a win for you or is emerging from a triumph over a mutual adversary. And it looks like there could be something to celebrate there as well. For your challenge this week, you've got the Ten of Wands reversed, letting go. Given a no, this is a card of release. It's a card of unburdening. It's a card of getting things off your back. When we have the Ten of Wands reversed, this can be a card where we do need to be ready to drop what is no longer actually paying off in favor of things that do. Now, you have an overwhelmingly positive selection of cards here, but with the Ten of Wands reversed, you may need to be ready to take your leave of things that can't really be a part of that experience with you. Sometimes this does mean dropping burdensome obligations, dropping expensive, high-maintenance pursuits, getting rid of unhealthy or burdensome people, or maybe even letting yourself off the hook for certain things that have been cluttering up your world. With the Ten of Wands reversed, your biggest challenge is to give yourself the relief, and therefore, I think, the space to be able to, well, cash in on some of these other winning cards. For your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you've got the Temperance card upright. And the Temperance card is all about incorporation. It's all about blending, healing, compatibility, and bringing things together. Now, when we have this card in love, for those of you who are coupled or are married, this could actually be a card where a lot of you are getting a chance to finally cross a threshold in your relationship that has not been possible to be crossed because of maybe old past issues or concerns that have maybe been following us or haunting the relationship in some way. The Temperance card upright can also indicate good news, where we might need something that needs healing or to be rejuvenated or restored. This could also be some good news for a partner, especially when it comes to maybe matters outside of the relationship, if they've been needing something to get restored or healed or reconstructed or remediated in terms of maybe their work path, their career, or maybe their family stories. The Temperance card is also sweetening things up there as well. And for those of you who are single or are available to new people, the Temperance card is indicating that this week a lot of tentative but very much deliberate steps towards joining up is happening. The Temperance card upright can indicate an opportunity for a new love story or a relationship to start forming, albeit again in a step-by-step kind of way. This could be somebody new or somebody known, but there is this focus on again, slowly coming together, deliberately, carefully, but also in a much more intimate and much more close way. It's not really a getting to know you just by itself. There's an extra depth here. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.